All right, we're going to leave void functions, and now we're going to have function that returns values. All right, this is really close to the second video that I posted, but it's not a void function. It's a function that returns a value, and I've just kind of turned it around a little bit. All right, so let's look at the prototype. All right, this function is called just the same as last function. It's calc area, and I'm going to send two ints to the function. Right? Except this time I've got a return. It's going to return, it's going to take those two integers, it's going to do something, and it's going to return an integer. All right, let's go down and look at the function itself. All right, there's my return, int, calc area. Again, I'm going to send it an integer, and I'm going to call it w. The integer inside the function is going to be called w. The integer inside the function, and the second one is going to be called L for length. So it's width and length. Then inside the function, instead of seeing out and doing the math and everything, it does the math, but it's just going to multiply width times length and return it. All right, it's going to return an integer. So let's look at the main. Int width equals 10, int length equals 20. Then I've got a temporary integer that I'm just going to call temp. Now here's the function call. Calc area, I'm going to send it width and length. Right? I'm going to send that to the function. It's going to multiply those together, and it's going to return it as an integer, and I'm going to assign it to temp. So it's just a different way of doing things. Then the cout is going to be the area of the rectangle is temp centimeters squared. The new thing, as opposed to the void functions, is when we call the function, all right, it's going to send width and length to the function. It's going to do something with width and length. It's going to return an integer. And that integer, we can't just call the function. What we have to do is we have to assign it to a variable, because it's going to return an integer and we have to assign it. So there's the function call. The function down here, it's going to return length times width. We're going to assign it to temp. And just like the void function, we're going to output the area of the rectangle is temp, which is now length times width, centimeters squared. So exact same output. It did the same thing, just a different way of doing it by not using a void and using a return from a function.